Preserved peaches, a whiskey cocktail with a little bit of southern flair, some fireflies to use as a lantern, one string light, leftovers, basically anything my powerful mind can imagine. What do these things all have in common? I'll give you 0 hints. Yep, they all can be commonly contained by a mason jar. Mason jars. I've been seeing them everywhere since I was a kid. We used to drink Kool-Aid out of them, and our generational critics and freaking boomers say we've been drinking the Kool-Aid in the sense that we love to leverage this popular vessel. They've been around since the olden days, but we like it that way. I like to think my great-grandpappy drank moonshine out of them. It's a vintage thing. Old school cool. Damn, there should be a subreddit for that. So let's raise our jars to the sky and cheers to a cute, retro, microplastic-free, epic, chungus, millennial lifestyle. Welcome to Millennial Excellence, Josiah Hughes.
Thank you so much for having me here, Miles Grima.
You're welcome. Would you like anything to drink?
Certainly. Actually,
Okay.
Can I tell you? I was excited to tell you what I was drinking before we started freaking gabbing about our lives together as a pair of besties. I'm drinking a hop water, and I'm afraid that I'm going to get off the L-theanine soon. You were a little late to the call, and I'm starting to feel tipsy from it.
You'll just be super relaxed. Nothing I say will stress you out. You're going to forget about all of your Curb Your Enthusiasm style social snafus and just become so calm.
Mm-hmm. Thank
goodness. A calm, alert sense of calm.
Well, to be honest with you, there's one thing stressing me out, keeping me up, and even this is outside of the sort of fun little safe, I would say, playground / rage room / escape room that we've created, which is the podcast in my mind. Mm-hmm. When I try to sleep, when I am, going through various other rituals in my life, showering, relieving myself various ways in the restroom, trying to complete tasks at work and at worth. My worth itself is being threatened by the unfinished business. That's the frickin' Millennial Excellence tagline.
Oh my gosh. It's been such a huge distraction. And it's the one thing.
It's a bugbear, I would say.
It's the one thing we can do to make everything easier. So we should just do it. Let's come up with one.
Okay, well, I do have one.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's going to require a little bit of context to set it up. But I think once I've given you the context, you're going to be able to say it with me, actually.
Okay.
So when you are... Well, first of all, this is kind of a show that sort of the third... Not the third... Well, are we characters? I was going to say the third character, but I don't know if we're characters in the show, are we?
It's hard to say.
I think
so. I think for the purpose of this tagline, sure.
I mean, that's not even part of it. I'm already getting distracted. But I would say its own character in the show is the computer, right? It's kind of like we go on the computer or you don't go on the computer, but I'm sure the computer is still with you in a way. And, the computer's part of it. So then I was thinking about computers. And then I was thinking about we are kind of doing like... not testing, but our research is about one specific group, right? The millennial group. So I think it's like a control group, right? Control. And then you and I both are some form of alternative.
Yes.
Alt. So I think the tagline I was thinking of was like Millennial Excellence, Control, Alt, You know where I'm going? Millennial Excellence. Control Alt Enter.
Yeah. Oh! What does that command do? If I do
Is that not the one?
Break my computer?
What? Does it not do anything?
It didn't do anything. Which is apropos.
I guess I was thinking Control Alt
podcast.
Delete, but we don't want people to delete it.
No.
We want them to enter.
But Control Alt Delete's good because it opens up the task manager. The Taskmaster. Your favorite show.
I don't even know how to do Control Alt Delete. I don't know. But I guess I don't want people to be thinking about delete. I want them to be thinking about entering the millennial zone. If it's not a real shortcut, is that good or bad? Because maybe they could reroute their shortcuts to go to Millennial Excellence.
Well, there's a few things to say. Because there are no shortcuts in life, for one thing.
That's true.
So
you did just lean into your mic, didn't you, to say that a little bit?
Yes, because I'm leaning into this bit. So there's no shortcuts and it's not a bit. There's no shortcuts in life. And the thing about deleting is that you have to lose to gain.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't close the door on delete.
Control Alt Delete Enter. What if it was Control Alt Delete Enter?
Oh, it can't be Control. There already is a webcomic called Control Alt Delete.
Oh.
It's that one webcomic. It's lost JPEG. So that's confusing. So that's my one piece of feedback for this tagline.
Okay. Actually,
and I'm also
here's another.
I'm going to say,
can I add one more piece of evidence why Control Enter might be good? Is that I'm noticing that on r/Excel, it says why not Control Enter but Alt Enter, and we are Millennial Excel, the Excel community.
That's true. We should be doing more spreadsheets. We should be using more.
I mean, we do
pivot
spread
tables.
Our
bullsheet, all around the world.
Shout out to Bullsheet Fanzine, Abbotsford, BC.
I'm just gonna take a moment to toot my own horn and say that I noticed that it's starting had a really strong fan reaction.
That's true.
It exceeded.
That's true, but I think does that mean it's the one? Just because it's already fizzled out. It lasted for one 24-hour period.
Because customers aren't your customer. You shouldn't be selling to your current customer. You need to be selling to the new, better customer, which is why Control.
And can I just say something between you and I, really quickly? Yeah. Is that I actually do know for a fact that there's way better customers / listeners out there than what we have right now. Caleb,
Caleb, keep that in. Well, if our tagline was "You'll win $1 million," then we would be attracting all the right people.
That's true. Yeah, we need to stop thinking like brand marketers and start thinking like growth marketers.
That's precisely the key. Precisely.
Well, I think one way we could do some A/B testing is if you are listening to this show and you like It's Starting or Control Alt Enter or any of our taglines thus far, go ahead and comment them on the reviews section and leave a 5-star review with it, and then we'll know. We'll keep an eye on it, and we'll know if we should use that one. Is that a good idea?
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Or go ahead and sign up for patreon.com/millennial excellence just for shits and cakes.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, man.
We give you permission.
Go ahead. Okay, well, I'm so excited to introduce the topic
just to clarify,
of this episode.
You're saying that your one is better than... Now yours is the one to beat, is the gauntlet that you've thrown down.
I think we've each contributed a lot. We've thrown a lot into the hat. And I'm not saying it's because I thought of it, but the one I happen to think of is a clear front runner for best tagline.
Do we have are we going to set a deadline? Or are you wanting to lock it in? Do you think we should lock it in?
No, I'm just observing.
Okay.
I've just made an observation.
That could be a tagline even.
That would be a great tagline. We just made an observation, though.
Please.
There's no we in Millennial Excellence, but there's a couple I's.
The problem is once you start thinking about taglines, it's impossible to stop. Because there's just so many potential ones. Especially with Grok and Claude and whatever the heck else is out there.
It's analysis paralysis. Well, I'm so pleased to introduce the topic of this episode that I know you and I are both passionate about. And we'll have tons to talk about. Mm-hmm. And that is mason jars. So to kind of open this can, if you will, of worms... Do you have any mason jars in your home, and what do you fill them with?
Right now, do I have any?
Yeah.
Wow. No, I don't.
Me neither.
I have a question.
Okay.
The rules of the show. Can we do a radical honesty about the topic of the week, or does it have to be apropos of nothing? Radical honesty.
I feel like if something has to be apropos of nothing, then it is not apropos of nothing.
I never know when to do radical honesty because I feel like I'm always radically honest, and I'm not afraid to ruffle feathers. That's my personality. I'm sort of a badass.
Well, it sounds like you have a radical honesty.
I do. I want to go into radical honesty, so Caleb, please put it in here. Radical honesty. Thank you, Caleb. Mwah. There's a grocery store near my home. Many grocery stores near my home, and I live on top of one even. But there's one called Latina, and it is kind of known as the Latin grocer. And they have a deli, and they make their own delicious sauces and hit and miss soups. And I often will, if I'm making pasta at home, I will buy their rosé sauce. And if you wash out the mason jar that it comes in and bring it back, you get $1 back. But I don't want to keep a bunch of like half-sauced, half-washed mason jars around my home, stinking up the place. So I usually put them in the recycling, or sometimes I've put them in the garbage before. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thank you for being radically honest. And honestly, if I can be normal honest, this isn't radical honest. I think your personality type needs radical honesty the most.
How so?
It just seemed to do you good. It seemed like that was
I needed a sort of buffer to be able to admit that I don't return jars. I hate returning. I don't want to have to add a task like that to and then you go to the grocery store, there's nowhere to put. In fact, at this grocery store recently, and we're still in radical honesty, I was thinking about this morning, and it happened a month ago. I was walking around with a coffee, as one does in the Mile End, decided to stop by and pick up some things to cook for dinner, and the grocery store has such little counter space. Everything's kind of just like, there's like a wooden box with a cash register on it, and then there's a weigher, but there's nowhere to rest anything. So I was trying to wrangle these few items of groceries into my tote bag, into my bagoo, to be honest, to be radically honest. It was a bagoo. I was rocking a bagoo, and I tried like putting the groceries in there and grabbing my wallet, and in doing so, because there was such little counter space, I misjudged how full my Americano was and spilled it all over the weigher, and even got it on the cashier's hand. And I felt like such a piece of shit for that.
Yeah.
That was probably worse than throwing out the cans. I don't know. I was kind of expecting you to judge me about either of these things, but I guess there's no judgment in here.
No, there's no judgment in here.
But that's
everybody's hurt somebody with scalding hot coffee before.
It wasn't scalding hot. It was more just like the shock of it, and like she had to like wipe her hand. And I felt like such a piece of shit for doing that.
I think it'll be okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
Okay, let's go back to the episode.
I I don't think that L-theanine is working.
I don't think so either. Yeah, so I don't have any mason jars in my house because I think of them at this point as a form of garbage, I think.
Yeah. What do you think about... Do you think recycling works? Do you trust recycling?
The thing I like about recycling specifically is to be able to hand a bag of my week's beverages to a bottle picker on the street and know that they're going to be stoked about it because it's a bit less work for them. But no, I do think that probably they're lying and that it's just all going wherever.
Yeah, I just feel like if there's so many things that can't be recycled, and knowing the average person's ability to pay attention to rules.
Yeah, and then there's like those neighborhoods where you have to like compost as well, I think. I think that probably works, but I feel like I'm thankful that I don't live there because it's too much work to do.
Nobody in Indianapolis recycles because you have the city doesn't collect it, or you have to contract a private company to do it.
So you just put everything in the garbage?
When I'm in Indianapolis, yes.
Oh, in Indianapolis. Oh, right. I forgot.
Bloomington's a very green town.
Right. So what's your situation?
They take recycling here. But there's kind of I feel like some of the neighbors or some of the neighborhoods, it's like a flex to have a bigger recycling receptacle than a trash receptacle.
Oh, you don't have a set city one that you have to use?
There is, but they come in different sizes.
So I'm asking what your situation is. Don't be afraid.
I inherited the situation this time, and I inherited the situation the last time. I've never chosen my own trash can, to be honest. Currently, they're the same size. In my previous spot, the recycling was bigger.
Is it I will say, though,
it is 1 day a week, and I will say, recycled things take up more... A big freaking cardboard box takes up a lot of space.
Oh, yeah. Do you cut it down?
I guess it does just kind of logically make sense.
Do you cut it down?
I wouldn't... I've never pulled out scissors, but sure, I break it down.
Yeah. I usually don't or I'll do a really lazy break or I'll punch the tape. But otherwise it's just it reminds me of when I used to work in warehouses or something.
Yeah.
I don't want to do labor about that because of all my treats that I bought. Also, yeah, sometimes boxes have styrofoam in them. And exactly. That means it can't be recycled. But
Or what about the tape? The tape on the box.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think cardboard is being recycled, probably. But I think on top of that, I think the mason jar as a household item suggests buying in bulk and making I'm trying to think as a household thing, you're putting sour keys in there or something, or
sour
chocolate
keys?
Chips. Yeah.
Wait, what's a sour key? Respectfully.
You don't, is that not? I know
no.
You don't fuck with candies. Is it called something else?
I guess so. Yeah. I was thinking of...
Search it. Oh, it's Canadian. Okay. Sour key is Canadian? Oh my God.
Yeah, I haven't encountered
that
sour
is
keys.
Crazy. Dude, the amount of things that I say we don't have in Canada that we do, but it's just because I'm in Montreal. But this is there no candy like this whatsoever in America?
Oh, no. No, not that key. That is fun.
It's kind of got the baby sucking on a soother feeling.
It's pretty odd. Yeah. No, we don't have that at all.
That's
for no reason.
Crazy.
That seems like a great shape for a candy. Yeah. I don't understand why we haven't adapted that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a shocking real. Of all the Canadianisms, I've never discovered that sour keys are Canadian only. What about blue whales? Do you have those? Yeah,
but they aren't common. You can only really get those in a bulk candy store.
I just searched blue whale and saw the animal.
You're learning about the largest mammal, the blue whale.
If I don't know. To be honest, I don't really buy candy very much because I'll just eat it constantly. I'll just eat it all immediately. If I want a treat, I go out for a treat because I need it to just be that one time, or else it will just immediately, the one time will continue. But is a mason jar for having treats?
I don't think so. That's not where my mind goes with the mason jar. Although, how many Smarties, if you will, I was going to say M&Ms naturally, but to be
That's
culturally sensitive.
Thank you.
How many Smarties do you think fits in a mason jar?
Well, is there a standard size? I don't think there is. And I just remembered actually that sometimes if you buy bougie, like pre-measured cookie dough at like the world's shittiest gift shop, and you like need to get someone a gift, and you're like, oh, here's some oatmeal chocolate chip cookie dough in a mason that comes in a mason jar.
Yes.
Right? So
yeah,
maybe,
or like a soup mix. Yeah. A soup mix like that. Yeah.
Like some sort of like really sad gift exchange thing, which I feel like even that is offensive. When I go to a gift exchange, I bring something incredible, even if it's like a white elephant. I put a lot of effort into it.
I think mason jars are supposed to be for preserving vegetables. And they have a rustic appeal. And eventually people started buying them on purpose to drink cold brew out of, I believe.
Right. That's true. But I want to just, first of all, I want to know, is there a standard size?
I feel like the 16-ounce pint is the standard, but there's bigger and smaller.
That's not to say that I know. I'm not good at quantifying how many candies fit inside one.
I think there's probably like 1 million. I think there's 1 million.
I'm gonna say 999,999.
Okay.
Are we gonna check, or this is just a thought exercise?
It's just a thought exercise. It's like a nice game at a Christmas party for kids.
I think that if a mason jar has foodstuffs in it, then it is not being used in a millennial way.
But what if it has drinks? What if it has a mocktail?
Like if a mason jar has, like, let's say pickles in it, or something pickled, or what else food wise would it be? I don't know. If it's sealed and is being
preserved, pickled or preserved,
preserves being stored in there, or is a jam jar a mason jar too? Or are they cousins?
I think they're cousins. I think the mason jar has the 2-part lid.
Okay.
I think a mason, the like. Okay, there's like a ring.
I think if the mason jar is being used for food, it's boomer and older.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think if it's being used for food that hasn't been cooked yet, like the consolation prize cookie dough I just mentioned, that's beginning of millennial mason jar behavior.
Yeah.
And then it continues through drinking cold brew out of it, absolutely. Drinking kombucha out of it might actually be the birthplace of the millennial mason jar behavior.
The SCOBY is probably right. The SCOBY probably lives in the mason jar.
I think so. But then I think the meaning of the mason jar with each iteration loses so much meaning, and I feel like its conclusion is being used as holding tea tree candles at a wedding in a barn.
Yes. And along the way, what do you think about the huge water bottle trends? And do you see the mason jar as a part of that lineage? Do you guys have those?
Yeah.
Or you know about them?
Like, do you mean like Stanley and
Yes.
Hydro Flask?
Yes.
I don't think so. I personally think those are evolutions of the Nalgene.
Yeah.
But I will say drinking water out of a mason jar, it's interesting because each mason jar usage I feel like I associate with a different kind of subculture. Like drinking water out of a mason jar almost seems like a wook behavior or something. Or like a little bit hippie-ish.
Definitely.
Drinking cold brew out of a mason jar is gentrifier. Or microbrew.
It's so interesting. It's just a few grams of coffee completely changes the vibe.
Really
a few grams of powdered coffee. A cold brew is 99% water.
Oh, by the way, my grinder is broken right now, which is really fresh. It's really getting under my skin. I really need this.
That is annoying. That is annoying. So what have you been doing for coffee?
Well, I've been trying to just force the grinds down, and it was working a few days. I would just stand there and funnel it with my hands, and I took it apart and reset the burrs, and I cleaned it out. And I'm going to show you. Oh, I'm not going to be able to find it, but it's the brand Fellow, which I think is like a Kickstarter Millennial ass brand, and it even has a mustache logo. But they have like a pretty good, affordable burr grinder. And I was like following the instructions on their website, and it said like I also hate watching when I'm trying to like do a task. If I have to watch a tutorial, I'm so angry about it already. For some reason, I hate like the intro music. I hate that I have to pause every 10 seconds to catch up with whatever they're showing me. Like, I find it so just like dehumanizing. And then they're like, take off the burr, just turn it and pull it out. And it didn't. I was there for like 10 minutes. It wasn't dislodging. I finally get it out, and then it's like, check for what might be blocking it. Brush for coffee beans, or maybe it's a dinosaur. And they had a little toy dinosaur in there. And I was like so furious about this. So, yeah, until this morning, it finally just stopped working completely. So I had to go downstairs and get a coffee, which is not too bad, but still. Yeah. I wanted to make a pot. You know how nice it is to make a pot when you work from home? That's like the shit right there.
Yeah. I never make a pot of coffee. I always use my little AeroPress or Chemex.
Those are both kind of
anecdote.
Those are both mason jar-esque, I think.
Yeah.
I think like a little thing.
I think the Chemex is mason jar-esque. I think the AeroPress is more of a gadget.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of like a drinking out of a Think Geek mug or something.
That's true. So the mason jar. Okay, one thing I want to say. We're kind of just feeling out the mason jar. I think we do have more to dig into with our sort of journey of the mason jar. But I do think that I remember hearing at one point, and maybe I just imagined this or misheard someone, but I remember someone saying that like they didn't make mason jars anymore, and that there was like a finite amount, and that it was like they were discontinued or something. And I think they were hard to get for a little while. It's kind of like record crates were hard to get, like milk crates that you use for records were hard to get for a while. I think there was a mason jar shortage at least, but anecdotally they had been discontinued. Does that track?
One of the I don't
head?
know. I don't know about that. Yeah, that's some wisdom you're putting me onto. I will say this, a little bit of local pride. Ball jars from Indiana, one of the major mason jar manufacturers.
Ballmasonjars.com. There we go.
Yep. And the third state school in Indiana is called Ball State, named after the famous Ball family.
So they're called the Ball family.
Yes. And yes, I know what you're thinking. I know what you want to ask me.
If they were Freemasons.
Do I know Ball?
Oh, that's good.
Yours was good too.
Why? Oh, okay. So now we are just going to read Wikipedia for a second.
Yes.
They were named after American tinsmith John Landis Mason. So John Landis is already a pretty good name. Last name Mason. And I also didn't know that tinsmith was a kind of smith that you could be. A tinsmith.
Sure.
And the definition is the jar. Oh, so this is from 1858. The jar's mouth has a screw thread on its outer perimeter to accept a metal ring or band, and then the band, when screwed down, presses a separate stamped steel disc shape inside the jar's rim. That's right. So they don't have the clasp that we were talking about. They just have that. I forgot about this, and I don't like it at all. I don't like the separated lid.
Right. It's you can cut your hand on it.
You can cut your hand on it, and I just find it to be annoying. I'd prefer a lid that just works. Just give me a normal lid.
Yeah, not instead of a broken lid.
Yeah, exactly. But I am curious, who are the other brands other than Ball? Seems like Ball is the main one. They acquired Care Assets in 1992. Oh yeah, Care, Kerr. I remember that one. And then Bernardin, I think that's what we mostly have up in these parts.
So Ball has a monopoly on mason jars.
Well, actually, Ball acquired Care in 1992. Care was absorbed into Altrista in 1996. Altrista was renamed Jardin Corporation in 2002. Newell Brands acquired Jardin Corporation in 2016. As of 2022, Newell manufactures canning jars under the brand names Ball, Bernardin, Golden Harvest, and Care. So that's all the same thing, literally. It's all Newell Brands, which is funny to me because I wonder if someone somewhere has a brand book that has things like what makes it a Ball jar versus a Bernardin versus a Golden Harvest or a Care. Maybe that's those different usages we were talking about.
Like a Ball jar is for canning, a Care jar is for carrying, and so on and so forth.
Bernardin is for Bernarding when you're licking out of it like a dog. And Golden Harvest is for piss.
Absolutely. Well, are you in the mood for more reading material?
Sure, absolutely.
There's so much. Everyone's always clamoring about the death of music magazine writing. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, this is really weird.
What the fuck?
This is really weird.
Wow.
Hold on.
Wait.
Let me get back to that.
How is this even real?
No. Okay. So it's confused.
You don't go on.
No.
You don't go on. You don't go on Twitter anymore. Or did you this week at all?
Not this week. But I didn't send you the right article. But go on.
You didn't, because what you sent me is incredible.
So I was trying to send you. It is on Paste Magazine.
Yeah.
But it's about ball jars. But for some reason, when I copy and paste the URL, it turns into beef tallow.
That's not... Wait, there's a different URL than this? Because there's a picture of a ball jar here.
Yeah, but do you click on the article?
Yeah, and it says... What I was going to say really quick is there's a lot... Everyone's fighting this week because it came out that the band Geese used a publicity company that uses bot accounts to boost people's profiles on TikTok, and everyone's learning about dubious marketing practices for the first time, and they're fighting about it and freaking out. And this is making me think that Paste Magazine is like doing some kind of back-end AI like traffic juicing with this bizarre article uploaded by Contributor Content December 5th, 2025, that the article is titled Grass-Fed Beef Tallow's Role in Pop Culture Cuisine, and then it's just clearly a fully SEO-loaded grass-fed beef tallow, like, slop article. Is it not? Like, look at this article.
Yeah.
There's nothing even about pop culture at all. The Paste editorial staff is not involved in the creation of this content, so it's just an ad, I guess?
I think it's... Yeah, I think it's just bullshit SEO for traffic.
But why do they want grass-fed beef tallow on Paste Magazine?
Because I'm sure it's just an algorithmically determined trending
I guess maybe it's like a Maha topic at the time, right?
Exactly.
This is so cool. I'm sharing you a screenshot of this so that we can...
No, I have it too.
Post it.
I also... Oh, so I can post it. Thank you. I did paste the article
how the tallow is made. Yeah, so you've shared... Samantha Maxwell wrote, "The mason jar meal prep trend needs to die."
Yes. And she wrote this very seething...
takedown.
Mad article about it. Absolutely scathing takedown.
Mason jars are a staple of millennial culture. They're as likely to be used for storing brown rice as they are for a wedding centerpiece. Again, right there, I'm curious, have we missed the main mason jar millennial usage? Because I feel like that can't be it. But then again, I don't picture people using them for crafts. I think the ultimate millennial mason jar usage is using it for a beverage?
I think so too.
Okay. Just setting the stage here. While I don't want to begrudge an aging population their vessel of choice, it has to be said, the era of the mason jar meal prep must end. Do you meal prep, Miles?
No.
Me neither. Doesn't interest me. And when I did have to bring leftovers in, I would use like Tupperware or Saran wrap. I would never use mason jar for it.
I wouldn't use mason jar. I like the takeout containers they give you that the bear drink water out of.
Mm-hmm. The bear drink water out of it. That's true. Yeah. Wait, I don't usually get those though. Do you buy them?
No, they just come all the time.
Right. Oh, like when you order stuff and then you put your leftovers in that. Yeah, I see.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like doing a meal prep into a mason jar kind of feels like Samantha made up someone to get mad at. Gonna be honest.
Well, she's getting mad at herself. She goes, I might have been late to the game, but the first time I saw a mason jar meal, it was 2016. She thought it was a great idea. She followed the directions to put noodles, vegetables, smoked tofu in a bouillon cube. Say smoked tofu in a bouillon cube. Five times fast.
Smoked tofu in a bouillon cube. It kind of seems like a Amigos Weird Al parody. He would do that.
And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, she complains about eating out of it because it's like, why would you eat out of a tall vessel when you should eat out of a long vessel?
Yeah, that's kind of true, I guess. Like, I do feel like it's kind of annoying to be able to get things out from a tall vessel. Like when I make big smoothies, which I like to do, it's hard to find the right vessel. Sometimes I if it's a thick smoothie, I just put it in a bowl. It's hard to reach the bottom. So.
I kind of like this article actually because it reminds me of like a local newspaper opinion column where it's just like a man whining about stuff.
Right. I mean, that's the one
thing. It's 2023. Aren't we done pretending?
But it's from 2023 and like, yeah, how is this even on Paste Magazine? Isn't Paste Magazine like they just talk about Gillian Welch every month? Isn't this just the one place where Gillian Welch's entire press budget goes?
They used to have a food and beverage section, I guess. A section. But it's fine. It's funny that...
well, actually, yeah, you're right, because I just looked up Samantha Maxwell on Twitter, and her last tweet from 2024 was very bummed to announce that Pace is shutting down its food and drink sections, and I've been let go. So... Maybe
Samantha.
Maybe try not being so negative about mason jar meals, especially when your ad SEO comes from big grass beef tallow mason jar.
It is funny that they shut the last food feature article was September 19, 2024, and then a year later in December 2025, grass-fed beef tallows role in pop culture cuisine by contributor content.
Man, that's so cool. I want to know what else. What else did Samantha write about on here? It's really
kind of fun. I mean, it's kind of fun stuff. It's Balkan breakfast, girl dinner, and our hunger for simple eating.
Whatever happened to grapples?
That's a good question.
Gator wine is a millennial college fever dream. What's gator wine?
I haven't heard of gator wine.
It looks gross. Light blue Gatorade mixed with Pinot Grigio. Could be good, I guess.
That actually sounds kind of good. I like the light blue Gatorade.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun to write about dumb shit like this, but I don't really think it should be your job. I think you should actually have to pay someone to let you write about this kind of stuff.
This is r/random thoughts. Where does the millennial urge to keep every damn jar I've ever purchased come from? Why can't I just throw them away?
I'm literally a hoarder. Definitely. But I don't have that urge at all.
That's been a thing since jars were invented.
What's that?
Confused how this is an age thing. I'm Gen Z and I do the same.
I wonder, maybe it's because there's a sort of mechanical feeling to a jar that makes it feel less like packaging and more like an item.
It absolutely feels like an item, yeah.
Whereas I do think that also another thing is like, I remember people used to get bummed out that there was too much packaging on stuff and be like, why did they have to? And that doesn't really happen anymore. Well, now if there's not like 5 layers of packaging, I assume that it's a return that's been sold to me as if it's new.
I do think part of the mason jar thing is anti microplastics.
Okay. One more thing quickly from this Reddit is someone says, I give my empty ones to my local animal shelter. Why? What are they doing with your empty jars? What? What the fuck?
Let the dogs chew on them?
Put their ashes in it. The microplastics thing is interesting because I did see, what is the guy who is young from his son's blood named? Brian something?
Yeah, I think Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson, I saw him a few weeks ago say that actually the microplastics in bottled water comes from the dye and the paint that they use on the lid and not from the bottle itself.
Interesting.
And I feel like I trust that guy about that. So that makes me wonder if Mason jar does have microplastics, because it does have that like weird. Doesn't it have rubber on it, or am I thinking of a different? Yeah. Am I thinking of a different?
No, it doesn't really have rubber on it. No, it doesn't have rubber, but there is probably a plastic lining on the metal top. But what other things do you trust Brian Johnson on?
Probably not much else. Well, when people start talking about like macros and all that stuff, or like when people are like too dialed in of knowing about diet stuff, I kind of zone out. I feel like it's too annoying. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I miss when it was just keto or lots of bread was the 2 options. I guess I don't really trust him with much else, and he was in the Epstein files, so that doesn't make me think he's. I just feel like if anyone's going to know about where microplastics are in water, it's going to be him.
Mm-hmm. I think that's fair.
Maybe I think that if you put a young person's blood in you, you would kind of look like an uncanny teen like him. It's kind of like what Justin Trudeau looks like. Did you see Justin Trudeau with Katy Perry at Coachella?
Yeah, I thought they looked good.
Yeah, I thought they looked great. But actually, ironically, you probably didn't hear about this, but Justin Trudeau banned all plastic cups and straws in Canada when he was Prime Minister. To this day, if you go to Starbucks, you have to get like a weird paper lid that gets all mushy, and the cups paper and all the straws are paper, and you have to like switch your straw halfway through the movie because it's turned to mush. And so it actually became a major point of discourse in Canada that he was drinking out of a red Solo cup, which is kind of awesome. But do you think that millennials are drinking out of mason jars because they're concerned about microplastics? Because I don't think we knew about it.
I think maybe that's why they endure as an option, I think. And just to reduce waste. I think it's about reducing waste. Reduce, reuse, recycle. But
can I play you something really quick on this topic?
Sure.
If it works?
Yes.
This is from Instagram Reels, and it might be really loud, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
And, you're just going to hear it. I'll show you the link, too. This is from France. Let's talk about it. Okay, well, she's talked way under the music she put on it. She says, mason jars have plastic lining that is often with PVC, super toxic to our health. Why we're using it for canning, I'm unsure. Also, we've got these metals, rings that obviously rust if any of you have reused them, like I have, or ever accidentally put them in the dishwasher. So we don't need plastic lining or PVC in our food if we can avoid it. But we can use this lead-free, safe glass, and we can replace it with these awesome stainless steel reusable cups with silicone lining. So she's like getting to the point where she's taking some other third-party lids and putting them on her mason jars, which I just think, again, like, just, I don't know, calm down. I think it just is. It's becoming a bit of an obsession when you start worrying about microplastics. It's getting tinfoil hat to me, maybe.
Tin Smith hat.
Like, are you concerned about microplastics?
I would say I'm concerned about them, but I wouldn't say I actively avoid them. I just think, I feel bad today after I
too.
Yeah,
like I'm concerned in the sense that I'm like, this doesn't seem great.
Yeah, it's bad. But
you're not taking any action.
No. I'm not.
Like, one time we house sat for someone who was like obsessed with not using any chemicals to clean. And it was like the middle of summer, and the whole house was just like boiling hot and reeked of vinegar because every surface was just wiped with vinegar at all times. And I feel like you just have to use like cleaner sometimes, and you have to like be near. Sometimes you just have to use like a Lysol wipe in life. You know what I mean? Like, is that going to kill you?
I think that's fair. And if it doesn't kill you, you'll build up immunity.
It makes you stronger.
I believe.
Yeah, it's true.
So that was quite the rant, and we didn't test the watch together, so maybe we should test the watch together real quick.
Letting them all in already.
It's loud. It's too loud.
Bit loud. How's that?
Okay, that's good.
Let me make sure it's coming through. Okay, yeah, we're good.
I certainly haven't watched all of these, so fingers crossed.
I feel like this is not a topic where there's going to be someone saying like the F slur or something in the mason jar.
I think you're right. So here's our first rant.
I have to share something that I've just done that I'm not really happy with.
I really like the exhausted... I really like the framing of his vlog.
Exhausted,
yeah.
Like, I just need to... I know. And like, I feel like you don't really go on rants, and I do. And it's making me feel a bit insecure about our relationship. I feel like I've been on about 5 rants today, and you've been on none.
That's because you're grumpy, and I'm not. But that's okay. We have different personalities.
But I'm okay with... Just give me a second. I just walked up some stairs.
I just want to say this guy's wearing a flannel shirt with a gray hoodie underneath it, and over top all of it is a double-breasted nautical jacket, and he has a beard and some variation of the side-parted Hitler-esque haircut. How could this man possibly hate mason jars? How? Is it because he feels clocked by them? They're too perfect for him?
I'm really puffed. It was about 20 stairs.
I'm puffed.
That's quite a lot. So...
I sneezed on the lens and forgot to clean it. Where? Oh, yeah. I see.
You see it, yeah.
Actively
That's
went
so
out
nasty.
and
That's nasty. I would not have called that out. Yeah.
I can only see his mucus.
This guy's just like a hot, sweaty mess who's sneezing all over his equipment.
Buy this.
Also, while we're at it, his house kind of looks like shit.
I need to take my jacket off for this. This is a big moment. Here we go. Okay. Alright. People that buy this, I think poorly of. And now I've actively gone and bought it. A mason jar. A mason jar. Christian, what are you using the mason jar for? Are you putting cotton balls in it and then putting it in a cupboard like a normal person would use a mason jar for? Are you going to pickle some fruit and put it in and seal it up for a rainy day?
Do you pickle
Sadly,
fruit?
I'm not going to do that.
I guess a cucumber is technically a fruit.
Oh my
this
God,
mason jar and 5 more to eat
'cause it has seeds.
and drink from.
Well, he dropped the title a minute
God.
45 into the video. It's like
I know his
His
instincts are so interesting to me. They're so counterintuitive to every vlogger. but it is kind of captivating.
It is
Mason jar. Yeah. From a jar. Jars aren't made to be eating things from, unless they're a Nutella or a peanut butter jar. That's different. But I'm putting in food and liquid.
He has 161,000 subscribers, so it's paying. His instincts are paying off. Christian Hall.
That's interesting. I thought he was small time. This only has 12K views.
His Twitter is suspended. Whoa, over 500,000 on IG. You got to get your numbers up, little bro.
So that's this guy.
Does he ever say why he hates it, though?
For this, my yogurt and muesli. That's right, I said yogurt and muesli.
Yeah, he's so fucking annoying. But I guess also, is a mason jar something that would be used for overnight oats?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, what about like a mason jar terrarium?
That's fun.
Does that
or
exist?
There's like one of those
it?
little... No, that exists for sure. And you imagined it, which is beautiful.
What else were you going to say? And those what?
Those little moss balls that live in water.
Oh, yeah, those are kind of cool. I searched mason jar crafts, but like it's not really... I think it's just... Man, some crafts are so shitty that I immediately get depressed when I see them like this.
I know, it's like worse than it was before.
It's like somehow, like, how could you make something so awful when I look at these crafts? But I think crafts are millennial, but I'm realizing that not all crafts are millennial.
Yeah.
Like, some of these are just depressing garbage. Just put it in the
No, if a little kid made that, it'd be cute.
Yeah, but you think a little kid made that?
Yes. No, I think an adult made that, but a little kid is capable of making that.
If you have anything that's bad in life, if you imagine that a little kid did it, maybe that's the secret to not judging others. See their inner child.
So this next guy, I will say, he does a hand signal, and I don't think he's doing it in a hateful way, but I'm also not sure.
Okay, let's see. He's doing the
Bruce
A-okay.
here with another life hack video. And this one is okay. This is an okay video. If it was an Italian, hey, okay, it's a good. All right, here's your life hack video. How to drink out of a mason jar.
Before he did the bad
Well, open your jar.
It did kind of seem like he was
your
doing some
lips to
dog
it.
whistling, but I don't think he is.
Yeah.
But don't put it on the thread. Put it on that blank spot. Otherwise, it's going to dribble right down your chin. See? Easy. Some people didn't realize it. Next one. Today we had ladybugs bombarding it. November, warm day, ladybugs will come
Do you know
out.
what he's talking about?
Hit the bright side of the house,
No.
which this is. All right. Want to keep the bugs out of my jar.
I think he did.
And keep people from smelling it.
I think he's trying to reclaim the
what do we
okay
do for that?
hands
Ah, here's an old country
racist.
hat.
From racist people?
Yep.
Because someone said, I love the okay sign.
Like the
Hashtag
Parmesan
take the
cheese.
okay back.
I love my Parmesan cheese. It's got that beautiful lid on there
And I will say...
that we all throw away.
Oh,
No.
I want to see what he does. Never mind.
Yeah.
Don't throw it away anymore.
He has a lot of
Now-
gun content, but I still don't
They go
think
in your
he's
mason
racist.
jar. It's a perfect fit. Got to shake it up.
Okay,
Shake it up. Be careful.
you see how he just took a lid off of a Parmesan and put it on the mason jar? And like,
Yes.
And now he's shaking it up on a video called How to Drink from a Mason Jar and Not Spill. And I think generally how I feel is, and maybe this is just on me for not thinking I'm good enough at washing dishes, but I feel like if I had like pasta sauce and washed it out and was like, I'm going to make kombucha in here, I feel like I would always just feel like I had a whiff of sauce. At all times.
I am sure that guy is drinking Parmesan flavored water right now.
Like, does that gross you out, or is that another thing that you don't experience human emotion about?
I feel like it's hard to relate to because it's easily mitigated by doing the dishes better.
Right. Yeah, Yeah, that's true. But I still think I would just, maybe my imagination would tell me there was still a whiff of sauce.
Quickly shake it
I
up.
think you should buy. Do you like paper plates and disposable cups?
No, I don't do that. But I should. I don't know. Maybe it's the ridges I feel like wouldn't get out. You know? Like, it's not, obviously the dishwasher's not going to do enough.
Nice drink. Keep the bugs out. Oh, look at that. It's got 3 holes in there.
No way.
One of them will fit that plastic straw. Yes, it does. There you go. Keep the bugs out. What? You want to drink it a little faster? Well, here's your chugging port. Pound it down from there, boys and girls. We don't care who you are, okay? Good. I want to make sure it's okay. Well, that's pretty much it. That was our life hack for today. How to drink out of a mason jar.
I don't know if this like scary hillbilly who's obsessed with the OK symbol is using his mason jar in a millennial way, but it's interesting. I do think the ability to access mason jars may have been because of millennials, that people like Bruce, this terrifying hillbilly, could do this. I liked this one a lot.
I thought the putting the straw in the 3 holes was clever. I thought that was good.
Like this can be used in a variety of different ways. With me now is Chris Taylor from Recon.
It seems like they forgot to turn on the mics. They're getting like the room noise on this news broadcast.
Well, these are 2 of the
I know,
many
they're also
projects that
filming
you can
it with
do
a
these jars.
handheld
One is going to be
camcorder,
converting
it
it
would
to a great,
seem.
nice soap pumps that you'll be proud to put on your counter,
Oh,
whether it's in the
soap
bathroom
pump.
or in the kitchen.
This project is as simple as it looks. The first thing you do is cut off the top of an old hand sanitizer bottle. Then cut a hole in the top of a mason
She's
jar.
just like, this guy's
Push
too
the bottle
boring
through the
to.
tap, screw on a soap pump, and you're done. Taylor's next project is just as easy and eco-friendly.
Hunt around your local home improvement store for a great solar light that's inexpensive. You can take off the base, use a little screwdriver to look at the innards, make sure that your solar light's going to fit through the hole that you've got.
If your mason jar cap doesn't have a hole, make one using the same technique we did with the soap pump. Then attach the solar light to the cap and let it charge in the sun.
This guy thought he got his big break on the news.
So that when we're going for the late night snack, our kitchen is all lit up, and we don't have to flip on the light or leave it sit in your child's window for the day, and then it's a great night light in the evening.
So before you go to throw away your mason jar, think twice because it could be repurposed for something new. Kristen Aguirre, KHQA News, Quincy.
All right, didn't
Game talk about this.
Whoa.
This is a mason jar with a handle on it. Now,
This is called hipsters.
mason jars,
PS
I don't know if you
mason
know
jars.
this, were originally used for bottling jams and other common things. Basically, moonshiners would use it to carry around their moonshine because they had a lot left over.
What kind
from
of
when they were
room
done
is he
eating
sitting in?
Delicious jams on toast. And then hipsters.
I'm trying to understand like the person who hates hipsters and then goes in this all wood room that does kind of look like a courthouse for some reason, but he's on like a rattan chair and he thought it'd be cool to have an all wood backdrop, and then he used this kind of like vibey faded filter. Like people who hate hipsters are almost always performing hipsterness in some way or another.
Who do you think would be like how should somebody hate hipster? Like, should it just be like a grainy webcam video?
I don't
in your truck.
I mean, I think
somehow?
I think you've answered your own question, or you haven't. But the answer is you shouldn't hate hipsters because you are one. Everyone is one. I think in some way. But like my friend when I was a teenager hated Converse All-Stars so much because he thought that it was like the punk uniform and everyone wore the same punk uniform. So he would like go to great lengths to like order these plain black, I don't even know what they were, like Emerica or something, skate shoes, but we couldn't get them where we live, so he'd order them off eBay and would like find the most specific generic model. And I feel like that's like even more hipster performance to me to try to like he kind of invented quiet luxury or something, but I don't know. I just think it's bizarre. Sorry, I'm on another rant.
Thought it was really cool to drink out of mason jars. Note that I said cool, not easy, because mason jars aren't strictly speaking easy. They have threads on them. They went and stuck a handle on it. What's even worse is when I see the ones with the cap and the straw.
This guy's not a convincing ranter, I don't think.
No, he
That's
didn't
not
really
how
set up his
drinking out of a
video
mason
very
jar is a
well.
fashion show. Okay, if you're doing it for anything other than moonshine, if you're drinking moonshine out of a
Also, I
mason
kind
jar,
of feel like being a
more
white
power
guy
to you.
putting
This is water, by
tasteful
the way.
dub on
Did
your
this on
video is
purpose.
a little
You know what?
bit
If you put
hipster.
moonshine inside of a mason jar that has a handle on it, I wouldn't even know what to think of you.
But speaking of hipsters and mason jars, I just shared you a gift link to the New York Times in case you don't have a subscription, which
Thank
I really
you.
shouldn't either because their reporting on Gaza has been atrocious. But this is from 2014. Authenticity repurposed in a mason jar. And there's a picture here of this man with forward combed, cool haircut who has a vintage jar collection. But I just thought this was a helpful thing. It says, maybe you've sipped a beer from a mason jar or fished out a pickle swimming in brine from one, or dined under illuminated clusters of them dangling in chandelier formation at a restaurant, especially if you dined in Brooklyn. You might like to use mason jars to stash your dwindling supply of Cheerios or to chill fresh lemonade, or maybe the one that's perched on a glass stem and marketed as the redneck wine glass is more your speed. Not to worry, martini drinkers, there's a version for you too. But until several years ago, the simple mason jar was more likely to be found in the nooks of grandmothers' pantries than on retailers' shelves. It was salvaged from near extinction, told you, by a business eager for a homespun aesthetic in a sturdy, affordable package, many of them hoping to lure the millennials who have fetishized the jars in photographs on Instagram and Pinterest. Jardin brands mentioned. Yeah, we know, honey, we know. But it does something I saw later on here is it's, and the link that they link to is broken, but it does say something about 7-Eleven did a Slurpee-filled plastic mason jar. Did you hear about this?
No.
They began selling a plastic replica outfitted with plastic neon lids and straws, and it says the vice president of marketing said it's a combination of simplicity and an emotional, fun nostalgia, which makes it a perfect fit for us. And apparently the blog LAist in a now deleted article said 7-Eleven killed the hipster. You can get Slurpees in mason jars with mustache straws. So maybe that was kind of the moment they jumped the shark, is when Slurpees did this. But I guess what I'm saying in a long way, wasting a gift link on this, is it is specifically a millennial hipster thing, right? Or is it one of those things where the hipster thing has just been absorbed into broader millennial culture?
Yeah, I think it's been absorbed into broader millennial culture because I think it's a pretty like Nashville chuggy thing,
right? That's
to have
true.
like a cocktail in a
Nashville chuggy
mason
is
jar.
kind of like a. I always think about this when I go to upstate New York, to Woodstock, New York. I think I've talked about this on the show even, but how it's like, you know, a hippie mecca that's still surviving. And maybe Nashville will always forever be the chuggy end of hipsterdom. Like, they're always going to have mason jars and murals with wings on them, right? Or do you think it'll change?
I think it's a part of their culture for sure.
That's kind of cool, though. I like that.
Yeah, like it'll seem old-fashioned, like it's been there forever in a few years. Which is fun.
I don't know why everyone said this was a hipster. CBS News called this a hipster apocalypse. The hipster moment has reached a defining moment in history because 7-Eleven had these. The Wire also said that this was the end of whatever was left of hipsterism, and it made it to CBS. But I don't really see how that. Was the Slurpee thing really that? They look pretty awful. I found a pic. I don't know. What do you make of this mason jar Slurpee mustache thing?
I guess I actually think the Slurpees themselves actually look delicious to me.
True.
And the combination of colors look nice too. Like the brown or the cola flavored one in orange looks good to me. The red one with green looks good to me. The plastic mustaches are awful.
The plastic mustache, I think, is a sort of sign of insecurity that they need. If they had just done the mason jar, it would have been like how hipsters like me love to go to Buc-ee's and buy dumb bullshit at Buc-ee's. But because they added the mustache, they're like trying too hard to wink.
Well, that's why it's like it's not. I think it actually is kind of true that it's like a death. It's a kind of death of subculture, and that it's completely commodified like this.
Right. But was the subculture that mason jars came from like just specifically like Mumford and Sons?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. Yes. Yeah, it's the clap stomp hipster type for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. That happened.
Let's end it with a cipher.
Please.
A freestyle cipher from Mason Jar Music.
You see, I thought about having a corny introduction, but fuck it, it isn't needed. Your opinion, I don't need
they're on the
it. See,
Indy
I'd rather
500?
have a whack rapper's face that I could knee in.
I think this guy's called Indy 500.
Y'all accumulated the best of both
see.
worlds. The Trey 17 to the 843. The Dirty South, the Midwest, Chucktown to the NAP. See, this is the work of divine
He's from
forces.
Indy.
The fuck you, whoever sponsors you and your endorsements. The first shot's a warning. The second will leave you up in flames like Paul Walker trying to drive defective Porsches through multiple crash courses. See the moral of the story? Don't overstep what you don't understand.
I know.
It's Mason Jar Music, uncanned. 4 horsemen inside of a black sedan. 3 wolves and a black sheep to rid the land of the weak and sacrificial lamb. Knife in my right hand, pistol in the other, both aim where your brain is at. You want to hip hop back, we did that. Now y'all got to deal with some Looney Tunes and a Maniac. Wait, did you catch that? Rewind it back. Looney Tunes and a Maniac? See, I'm highly past ferocious. Take notice, I'm Master Roshi riding a Miyamoto crafted Yoshi. Holy shit. Nah, this shit's holy. It's Super Saiyan Goku fused with the tenacity of Broly. You can call this hot talk. As I'm sitting back rolling one.
No, the channel's called Mason Jar
shots
Music.
to the head had the impact of a golden gun. See, I'm gone in 60 seconds. It's expected to hit him with a little bit of double time effects. But everybody seem to notice how my music is my first impression. So take a minute, stop and breathe. I finally formed and I popped the seeds. Revamping the spirits of Nostradamus, Aristotle, and Socrates while digesting a modified sense of being. You gotta think ahead. Be willing to accept defeat. Leave his brain on his J so he can think on his feet. Then shove it back into his mouth so he can think before he speaks. Mason Jar Music, Indy 500. Let's go, 2016.
This isn't really a cipher. They're just going to a different
I'm
location
32
now.
with a box of these old blues records. Take a few
Dusty
seconds,
Rhodes.
pay attention, and learn a few lessons. I wasn't blessed with an option of having a cool section. Everyone around me grew up dumb, clueless, and true reckless. Rocking a
interesting
fool's
how
necklace
much
because round my way, we don't need
extremely
shine. Less is the kind that you're sipping, in that case you're tripping, buddy, I need mine. Grew up in a small circle of Somerville, slumming ill, trying to find a diamond to show the locally blinded how lyrically I kill at will. Conway and Jones stayed blasting in the pickup. Ever since I was a hiccup in the school line, just waiting to get picked up by my granddad in the pickup. Mama understand my pressure. Especially for an MC like me that's been in a hotel room for 3 days smoking weed with some fat heifer. I'm not a player, I just crush a lot. No pun intended.
So awkward.
All my
with
fucks
no
will
beat.
give in. The men need. I give a listen to your mixtape. The shit had me livid. I'll admit it. And I don't know who you think you are, but trying to go ball for ball with me is like Danica Patrick racing Dale Earnhardt in a 5-lap race with a 3-lap start. They say I need to get my features up. Well, excuse me for not wanting to work with you bad rappers. I'd rather pull my pants down, run backwards through a cornfield, Snapchat it, take extra pictures, hashtag it, and throw it on Instagram for you to laugh at it, you whack bastards. Whoa, let me slow down. Ain't no need to force it.
What
Black
is the
Scully
actual
on the think
definition
tank,
of a
contemplating
cipher?
what's important. Like, should
I think it's like supposed. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be like a freestyle with multiple people.
Yeah, because like, do you think that people are like? I don't really get what a freestyle is either. They've thought of what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
They usually have something planned.
Yeah.
Well, I loved it.
Thank you. I picked it out just for you.
Do you want to, before we do our final thoughts, do you want to do millennial item of the week or millennial objects of the week?
Well, did you bring them in?
I have both. I have two things we can do. You decide.
Okay. Objects.
Objects. All right, cool. So this, millennial object of the week theme song, Caleb, please. Millennial object of the week. Time code. I don't know what time it is. 10:10 p.m. Does that help? This came up because it's relevant to the topic. Is that 7-Eleven has maintained their cultural cachet. In the last week, as of recording time, they have gone incredibly viral with people saying things like Axios congressional reporter Andrew Solinder, as quoted in Fast Company, saying, "Nothing could have prepared me for how hard the 7-Eleven merch website goes." 7-Eleven has dropped the 7 Collection merch, and people are loving it. And the reason I know about this is because Max, our social media gerblin, has been tweeting about it nonstop, so I've been seeing it constantly. But 7collection.com is the new 7-Eleven merch drop that goes hard, and I wanted to talk about some of these items, and there's a lot of them.
Okay.
So I don't know how you want to do this. There's a lot going on.
Well, I'm gonna derail this by saying I have socks from here.
You do?
Yeah.
You bought them in person at the shop?
No, it was a gift. It was somebody I knew was really like 7-Eleven, and I had their name in a
like a Secret Santa type thing?
Yes, exactly. And they had, like, 7-Eleven had a golf collection, and I got myself some socks while I was there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the 7-Eleven golf shirt I'm seeing on the homepage is looking pretty good. Are you on? Here, I'll give you the link.
I'm looking at their golf collection now.
I like the brown jersey. It's kind of cool.
The brown jersey is cool. Yeah, there's some stuff on here that's not that cool.
Yeah, like
I think.
So has 7 Collection been out for a while, and then just it was the new arrivals that went viral?
I think it was just the phrasing of 7-Eleven merch going hard, which kind of
it just reverberated because it's
exactly it makes the hair like stand up on my neck.
It's an intrusive thought that because it's so intrusive, just keeps growing and growing. Yeah, I do think that they've kind of entered into Morgan Wallen, Post Malone territory, which is probably why people are saying it goes hard.
I think the outdoorsy stuff looks bad.
Yeah, the outdoorsy stuff's really bad.
The capsule you just sent me is bad. The hats are okay. The 7-Eleven
I don't like the
pendant is
apparently
awful.
I think the green and cream snapback is already having some kind of a moment with the fellas right now. I think that like a green and cream snapback seems to be going hard. For people who say things go hard, it's going hard. And I don't really know why.
It's like that. I don't know the brand, but it's like Saddle Club or something.
I think this is pretty interesting because it looks like a 7-Eleven Fred Perry shirt, and I think that might be accidentally cool.
And it's for girls, right?
Oh, it is.
Baby?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Does any of this go hard? There was a 7-Eleven cardigan that was okay, but
I don't know. Does anything go hard?
Yeah, does anything in life go hard? That's true.
I don't think anything should go hard.
I mean, I think that you are just, again, kind of playing into your stoic persona, but I know that you think something goes hard in life, for sure.
I think I think so, but I wouldn't use the word go hard.
Yeah. That's fair. I might say that something goes. Wouldn't say go hard though. You do say that things are ass if they're bad, and I don't say that. That's not interesting to me. It's not something I can say.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just not. It feels too much like I'm a narc if I say that, or I'm an undercover cop being a streamer in 23 Jump Street. I do think the knitted zip cardigan was kind of cool, but not something I'd ever wear.
I don't like the knitted ones, but I do like this kind of non-branded one.
Yeah,
I do think the arrangement of colors is nice.
It's pretty nice. But yeah, does it go hard? I don't know.
No.
I think just for the interest of, because I want to be timely, I did really want to talk to you about also an item of the week really quickly.
Okay.
Only because we've been hinting at it. I feel like this is something you willed into existence, and you've probably already seen this. But what do you think of this? Because I like imagining that it's you.
I think people are too hard on the hat. I think it's...
You think the hat... Does that Jack Harlow Rhymesayers... okay player hat, like he's in the Roots, you think it goes hard a little bit?
I think it kind of does. I think it's...
I actually wanted to play this for you because I was gonna... You don't have to do it. And maybe by then it won't be relevant. But I do feel like this would be a really good Halloween costume for you this year.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I won't do it, but that is a funny idea. I like this. I'm liking this song.
Yeah, I've never made it this far. I've just seen the clips, but I don't know. I kind of like it. The hat.
I like it too. I've never seen a hat like that. I mean, how many times in your life do you get to see a new hat?
Also, if you're like a really rich guy and you are a white guy who makes black music traditionally, and you're rich and kind of like have a free pass, why not dress like Talib Kweli?
Yeah. I mean, it's not even dressing like Talib Kweli. It's like... it's like a weirdly like futuristic train conductor or something. It's so crazy. But it is very... Yeah, it's very Rhymesayers. It's so good.
It's like nothing. It's like rooted in nothing. Like there's like no trend forecasting going on whatsoever. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I think I like him now from that. So Miles, is Mason Jars Reddit?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, it seems like Mason Jars are either like unknowable or we just all already know. It's like unspoken that they're millennial hipster coded, but there's not really much to dig into. Because even when you get to a Mason Jar cipher, it's more about being racist guy, probably.
You're just assuming he's racist.
Yeah. Well, the other guy
he didn't do the okay symbol.
That's true. Patreon.com/millennial excellence. I guess I'm the only one who's going to be saying this all the time. Notice Miles won't do that.
You've kind of made it your mission. It's kind of your mission statement as a character.
It's my mission in life. Yeah. What's your character about?
Chilling and having fun.
Nice.